Good morning, tribe, family, and friends. Hello from the Tree Network. Hello from the Elemental Guardians. Welcome in. We're outside. We're outside today, which is nice. It's a nice refresher. Still a little crispy in the morning, but we're here doing our thing. So I just want to take a moment to say welcome to everyone. Welcome to this sacred, sovereign, neutral space. We're just here bringing in some messages, kind of just seeing how everyone's doing. A little morning update of kind of just what's going on for the day. We will do a little bit of cards as well as normal. If you're coming in, say hi, hit that like button. I hope everyone's having a fabulous morning. Still, still intense as we're working through the mud. We're sifting through to find what our nuggets of gold and what our wisdom is from the experiences that we're gaining, from the insight and the revelation that's occurring, especially after 222. Very much so been a focus and theme. This morning, there is this feeling, at least within myself, and just like kind of within the air of something missing. This something missing is going to translate and be interpreted however you want to, right? Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But myself included, it's been feeling like there's a missing link, a missing key that we're getting back. We're getting back in every now moment through whatever is going on, right? Through whatever is occurring in our own realities. There is like a link or a key code or something like that we are I am at least feeling today. And so with that, it's really looking within ourselves. Okay. Looking within ourselves to see what that missing link is and how we can be the bridge to be able to create that link, whatever it is. And it's one of those things where it was the song U2, I still haven't found what I'm looking for, right? And it's recognizing where we still need to change our outlook, what we need to shift in our own reality to gain back whatever that access is. There's also things going on in the world, right? That could be creating that as well. So yeah, we're just kind of playing with that. Yesterday was actually a really good day. A lot of that energy driving forward of being able to just produce some work, produce some content, get things done. It was a really good, nice momentum. And yeah, so it's been quite an interesting dream time as well. Very busy in dream time. Very busy with the elementals too. Hello, Zena. Welcome in. The elementals. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. There is a clarion call or a cry for help that's been happening with the elemental kingdom. We've been hearing it, and just allowing everything to just be what it is and doing what we can to support our own internal networks, and to be able to support the grids and to be able to support the transition. Good morning, Sherry. Hello. I did get confirmation that we did have some Crystalline network upgrades that happened post 222. I did hear it as well. So I got my own version of this, and then it was confirmed this morning that we did have a Crystalline upgrade, and the networks are upgrading, and they're responding quite fabulously. And a lot of it is having to just clear out a lot of residual, a lot of residue. Oh gosh. Sending out the residue from those networks as they upgrade and expand and realign. There has been a focus too at the 7th dimensional bandwidth range of access points. We were talking about the archival memory, the libraries, right? Unlocking a lot of keys, returning a lot of living library access in higher dimensional bandwidths, higher dimensional spaces, right? Which is very important for us. It's important for the work of our own crystalline DNA, for our own code. And if you guys are into the mysteries as well. So, a lot of focus on different stargates, different access points in the grids, and really what it is to return to that living library as we reorganize ourselves, right? So as we're shuffling through, the access points of our own living library, this also calls for an internal restructuring, right? So as we're gaining back access points, we're gaining back grid points, we're gaining back node points, right? And we're retrieving back our own DNA code or our own sequences, our different rooms in the Akashic library, right? This happens with a internal restructuring. So we can, there's been a lot of organ stuff going through, a call to cleanse and to purify. You might feel this reorganization happening in the gut, right? And as a result, for us, it's been a lot of focus on shifting and clearing out the body's processes as much as possible to to stimulate the new archival memory and to activate the remembrance within the cellular body, right? So of course this is going to be translated differently for everyone. Everyone's body responds to this differently, so please, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But definitely very much so a focus on that. There's still been a lot of distortion shifting through in regards to the masculine concept, and so you might feel this sacred rage, sacred anger, especially with everything that's been flying up through this, has been a big, and it's been one of those too where when we are being in a male body, and holding that archetypal function of like the divine masculine or the male, definitely been felt a lot more here, feeling like we're under pressure, underweight, or sometimes under the knife with everything going on. And so to do what we can to be able to stabilize and maintain peace in our own lives, and to maintain and sustain peace in the collective, has been really important to stabilize. We're still in a period of stabilization. 222 brought up a lot. There's a lot going on in the world, right? So if you are a grid keeper, if you are a guardian, and you feel this, take that time out to do what you can to just like relax and to allow the grids to stabilize. As we're going through the influxes, right? Making sure that we're working with our tree guardians, that we're working with the crystalline kingdoms, to unite the freedom, to unite the peace, to unite the joy. We just had a solar gate open up here too, so there will be solar code streaming through today, at least over here. So if you feel the plasma influxes, if you feel the heat influxes, or any sort of solar flares, the sun is definitely, she just opened up probably about 15-20 minutes ago. I felt the gate open and we felt the heat start to come in. So throughout the day, we know we're going to arrive with some solar codes, which is always a beautiful thing. Yeah, so there has been a focus on the elemental realms. Not so happy with what's going on in the world. So doing what we can to maintain and sustain peace and allow Gaia's expression to do what Gaia needs to do. So this is a little bit more grid focused, I think, today, which is going to coincide perfectly because I believe Sherry and Linda are going live tonight. Monday night they usually go live, and if they do go live, it's either tonight or tomorrow, I'm not sure, but there's going to be some grid work going on there, and some light codes and some upgrades that are happening through that. So be sure to check out Sherry Bosch's channel when her and Linda go live. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I was just on chat with the sister about the elementals and what's going on. A lot of stuff with the Kraken, and a lot of big elemental wake ups. So we had another thing happen with Mauna Kea the other day, where we saw Mauna Kea release a fire dragon. And so there is definitely a big elemental cleanup, especially with everything going on in the world, right? So just remember, focus on peace, focus on joy, focus on stability. That's what we do, right? We try not to play into the narratives as much as we can, and try to shift out whatever density we can as quickly as possible. Yeah, no problem, Sherry. So just Sherry tonight. So guys, go check out Sherry Bosch tonight. She's going to be going live, and we'll be over there supporting, holding down the field. The Galactics will be there, the Guardians will be there, we'll be there, showing up with love and support. There's been a lot of soul retrieval work still going on. I mean, that's kind of like a 24/7 thing right now. Getting back a lot of pieces, getting back a lot of our library, getting back, all that retrieval. And that's the missing link feeling, right? Is that there's still something, ooh, hello there. There's still some things that feel like they're missing right now. Over here, we're going through some stuff in the skies. We'll work with filtering that out today and do some magic eraser work in the skies. Either way, excited for another solar day, right? So, you know how it is with the solar day. When the solar days come in, the solar kings arrive, and we're just cosmic surfing. So probably just gonna be solar coding today, working with the grids and stabilizing the new upgrades and seeing where we can go from there, right? So we're here, we're doing what we can, we're online, and we're ready. We're ready to remember. We're ready to retrieve and to receive. We're ready to stabilize to the best of our abilities that we can, and we're just preparing for what's next. So hope everyone's having a good morning. Still a little emotional, and still a little reserved, right? So if you feel like this was another theme that was kind of coming up in the energetics, is if you feel like you need to keep to yourself, or hold back from saying certain things, or holding back from talking to certain people, please, you can, right? It's okay to, I guess you could say, stay in your own lane, right? It's okay. It's normal. It's normal. I too have to do that as well for myself. Just kind of keep to myself, and keep some things reserved for a little while, because the other thing too is we have to really be mindful of, with what we share with one another, right? Is this going to be creating more of a backlash than is needed, right? It's always important to share your truth clearly and quietly, Right? I'm always a proponent of that. But there's also to really being mindful of whether or not what we're speaking into existence and speaking to one another, whether or not it is really for the highest good, or if it's the kindest thing to do to share these things. And it's not that we want to suppress truth at any level. By gosh, no, am I saying that? But it's just about mindfulness and discernment, right? And making sure that we're not feeding into certain narratives, right? And that we're actually qualifying. We're qualifying our energy to see if this is something that we need to kind of like tackle and shift out on our own, or if this is something that we need to, work together with one another, right? So it really has been kind of like a key focus and a key theme, at least over here, right? Once again, energies are going to fluctuate and be really different, dependent upon where you're at in the world, dependent upon what you're working on, and your own belief structures, and your own values. Okay, and your own values. So I hope everyone's doing good. Shout out to everyone for coming out for the live stream. We're just doing some morning coffee and kind of just being like, it's kind of got this like soft, gentle, kind tone today, right? Yesterday was a little bit more silly, a little bit more hyped up. Today's just a little bit more relaxing. So I am hearing hypervigilance in the field, guys. So if you are kind of like a little bit overtly aware or a little bit on edge, do what you can to calm the central nervous system, do what you can to soften and relax, right? Because like that stuff is very much so prevalent, right? And you can feel that, right? You can feel the is when like the collective is like standing on a razor's edge, right? And like you can feel the palpable frequency. Doing what we can to relax into that space, right? So we don't play into that, right? So we don't play into the fear mechanisms, right? It's really about doing what we can to soften. What tools do you have access to within your range, within your scope that can help you with this, right? Is there some sort of meditation you can listen to, soft music, getting out in nature like this, staring at the birds? You tell me what works for you, right? But remember we have these Gaian resources, we have this access to these things. With colder weather, I recognize, like, if you're going through a snowstorm or things like that, I understand. I get it. But it's really up to us to tune in and to go, what tools I have access to that can help me to soften, relax, and find peace within whatever situation it is, to make me feel comfortable within the form and comfortable with what's occurring, right? Because this is a wash through, right? It is a wash through. There's still a lot of interdimensional bleed through too, right? So we could have things going on in other dimensions and other realms that come through and start to share space with us, right? So as we're cleaning up that access point and we are securing and fortifying our own field and fortifying our own systems, it's about what we can do to soften and relax and to negate the worry, right? It's like positive outcomes are in full effect with everything that's occurring. We've seen this happen before, guys. It's like drama plays out, peace occurs. Drama plays out, peace occurs. Drama plays out, peace occurs. We have to recognize that a part of the new systems, right, and the new light fluctuations that we're playing with is not everything is as it appears. We're still playing in the realms of illusion. But as long as we keep our eyesights focused on the higher trajectories and calling forward peace and love and unity and freedom and sovereignty and all of those really delicate and kind words, the more that we're propagating that in the pathways, the more that we're calling forward that solution, right? The more that we are calling forward, the integration of the wisdom, right? The lessons, the upgrades, the activations, but we're also able to then really hold that what that higher narrative or that higher pathway is for us. We don't want to, negate that there is an ability for those lower pathways to exist. It's just about mindfully stating, do I really want to create that? Do I really want to see that come forward for myself in humanity? And recognizing the power of thought, the power of belief, and the power of what we are calling forward for New Earth, what we're calling forward as a civilization, what we're calling forward as a collective, right? So yeah, stabilization, peace, and making sure that we are, grounding and stabilizing as much as we can our own energy, fortifying our own field, and that we're just allowing ourselves to be who we are. Whether you want to be kind, gentle, and soft and loving, whether you need to be in sacred rage or ecstatic dance, whether you need to be a hippie peace kid, whether you need to be a yeah, I'm here, wanna be a baller, shot caller, whether you're in full command and you're like, no more to this, no more to that, your power's on, right? Wherever you're at, it's perfect. For myself, it's kind of weaving in and out of different variations, different themes. Some people might say multiple personality. I actually had a being come through the other day that's like, multidimensionality is actually same thing as multiple personality disorder. And I'm like, that's awesome. All right, cool. All right, love you, honor you, bless you, but choose, ciao, auf Wiedersehen, love you. And so it's been quite silly navigating this, and really holding our honor, right? And just be mindful. Be mindful, guys. The more that you're holding on to your light, the more that you are serving as kindness, the more that you are finding out who you are, the more I found, at least for myself, that I encounter situations that are like, hey, are you going to keep holding your awareness? Are you going to keep holding that deep intrinsic value? Are you going to keep holding the eternal you while this comes through? Right. And so everyone's got a different pathway. Some pathways are easier. Some might be a little bit more extraneous or difficult to navigate. And I want to state, it's really where you're at and what your soul has called forward in regards to the purification cycles, the cleanse through, and what level of mastery you're here to obtain in this time, right? Everyone's on a different course and a different trajectory. We don't want to negate what one person's trajectory is, but we also don't want to compare ourselves to another trajectory. Same theme over and over again, guys. It's the same thing. Why? Because I've noticed that a lot of people are really, 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 really good. A lot of people are really good at being able to make comparisons, and to make judgments over those things as well, right? So we want to relax and rise above the judgments, guys. We want to relax and rise above the distortion. We want to relax and rise above the persecution as we're going through this purification, right? So, solar code's on the way. The solar light is on, and I'm really excited to play with our soul gifts and our soul remembrance today, and just kind of be with the grids, and just be with harmony with Gaia, and be in harmony with the elemental realms. There has been, for myself personally, a lot more elemental freedom codes coming through, and a lot more elemental expression. The animals are definitely coming in and showing their support right now, and really bringing back that connection point to the Gaian bridge, to the Gaian realms, to the organic trajectories, and really feeling and heeding that call. Something I discussed yesterday. That clarion call is important for stabilization. It's important for us to unplug from the collective. It's also a part of us as we are going through our expansion, right? Is to go through our own Gaian records. So interesting. I'm hearing, by the way, I'm just hearing this in the field, and I just want to send out some support and love. Drug abuse, victims of drug abuse. Okay. If you've gone through an overdose, or you've had a friend that's overdosed recently, because I was just hearing some stuff going on with opiates in the field, I want to send out my love and blessings to you, and deep care. Because I've gone through that myself. I went through opioid abuse. For a while, I was on many different medications to get off opiates, including Suboxone and methadone. And I want to say that recovery is possible for you. Okay, I want to say recovery is possible. I too, because I'm hearing it in the field, and I just want to share it, because if I see it, I want to talk about it. Is for myself. I was told for a very long time, because of the length of my opiate abuse, right? Started at 8 years old, taking opiates, that when I finally quit, I think it was, gosh, when did I quit? It's been 11 years now that I've been clean. So that made me 22. So from 8 to 22 I was using opiates. They told me that I was going to be on Suboxone for the rest of my life. I want to let you know that your body can heal from anything, right? And I know that it's a process of getting off all those medications and getting off all those drugs, and to titrate off of those medications and to titrate off those drugs, but recovery is possible. And I found hope for myself in recovery. I found hope within community. I found hope within tribe. And I want to let you know that if you've gone through this, or someone else has gone through this in your life that you know, the more that you hold love for them, right, in a healthy way, using healthy level of discernment, recovery is possible. Recovery is possible. But the person's got to want it bad enough. It's got to want it bad enough to be able to overcome it. So if you've been going through this, or you know someone who's committed suicide recently, or you've known someone who's overdosed, I just want to send love, healing, and blessings to you, and let you know that we care, that we love you, and that we support you, and that we know what it's like, especially with everything going on in the world. That's why it's really important for us as all to hold that field of love, and to hold that infinite expression of hope, so we can be that bridge, that eternal bridge, the eternal knowing for those people, to know that they don't have to go walk down those paths anymore. We've been hearing it a lot over here in the field and in the grids here. There's been a lot of stuff going on with chemical dependency as well, and what that does to how that affects the trajectories, how it affects a lot of our children, how it affects a lot of our kids. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in California with that too, and a lot of cleanup with those networks in California as well, with the addiction lines. And I just want to say I love you, I honor you, I bless you. You know, I appreciate what everyone's got to do to make their way in life, right? I mean, myself included. I'm no perfect angel, even though I am in the eyes of God, if we could say that. But like, you know, I've still got my vices, and I understand this is kind of a crazy time to go through. Awakening is a very interesting time to move through. And so as a result, you do what is best for you to be able to navigate the ascension pathway and to navigate awakening. But I also recognize too that you can find an easier, softer way and a more gentle approach to life, right? And especially as we're going through this awakening, okay? So I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to go into a little card pull. We just want to see what the energetic themes are for the day. Thank you guys for being here again. We're working with the original Rider-Waite. So we just want to really quickly see what wants to come through as messages for the collective today. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. If you'd like to donate, links will be in the description box. You can go to paypal.me/foundersoflight. Donations are always appreciated. If you want to book a session, foundersoflight.org. You can go over there and book a session. We've got various energetic system sessions, working with the Andaras, working with Sophia Dragon Tribe, also do oracle work and do card readings as well. You can also join us over on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/foundersoflight. Tuesdays with Corey tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're going to be doing some activations. I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing, but yeah, not exactly sure what we're going to be doing tomorrow, but we'll let it pop up when the time comes. Yeah, so, you know, co-creating that new home. Saw that on the split. It was 4 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, right? We're all collectively creating what that new foundation, what that new home is, and what that celebration is for us. So it is a collaborative effort that is being unlocked within humanity right now and within the unified field that we are working through that right now, right? But we also have to look at where we're still collectively creating fear, guys. So like, it was interesting because it was the Devil card and the three of Pentacles. So we have a choice point as a collective, right? As all of us in the unified expression on what we are creating. So are we creating the arrival of New Earth and the new foundations, or are we creating the arrival of fear? What are we qualifying and giving into, right? Being mindful of the narrative. Yeah, see, there we go. Guys, we're collectively co-creating this world and this existence right now. So just being mindful, right? And the more that we have that awareness, the more that we qualify our energy. The more that we have that awareness, the more that we recognize that us as a collaborative effort need to start seeing the gift of experience right now and what the experience is gifting us right there on the split too. Four of Cups back with the 3 of Pentacles. There's that collective, like, okay guys, like, we can build a New Earth home. We can build a New Earth foundation right now. And it's already built. These structures are already built. We just have to bridge ourselves into that knowing and stay there. We can also collectively build fear. But it's about, when it came down to the Magician and the 3 of Pentacles, yeah, we're collectively co-creating all these endeavors. Coming back to the 3 of Cups and it was the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles, is then stating, guys, are we seeing the gift of this experience right now in our choice? Because there we go, we have a choice in timelines. The 3 of Pentacles keeps coming up on the split. It's like, guys, we have a decision on which way we want to navigate the trajectory. The power is in our hands now to collectively create a reality and to collectively create these timelines. And so what are we creating? Which way do I want to go? It's entirely up to you. We keep seeing 3 of Pentacles showing up. There is this collaborative effort that's showing up in the split right now. And it's really about knowing within ourselves that we can collectively share love with the world. I love it. I love seeing how much we're seeing the 3 of Pentacles show up right now in the split, really offering us an opportunity to recognize collective tower moment, collective restructuring, collective purification, collective phoenix, right, guys? Is that, like, we can be the embodiment of deconstruction and we can be the embodiment of creation. Right? And so those two things working simultaneously is what creates that phoenix energy for us to be able to rise up again as we're going through this repair. Okay? Okay. So thank you. So what messages want to come forth for the collective today? We are on, what is it, February 28th? February 28th. Everlasting love. February October 28th. What's going on? What messages want to come forward for us, for our tribe, for our family, for our friends, for our brothers, for our sisters, as we're reuniting and coming back to a place of hope. Coming back to a place of hope as we're going through this process. Yeah, the King of Wands coming up. Standing courageous. $11, $11 right there. Really cool. Good numbers. 25, 25, 11, 11. Guys, keep the eyes out for the synchronicity, right? Universe is expressing to us right now. The universe is expressing to us, and it's giving us our clarion call of what to do moving forward. Some of us are getting called on grid working trips. I too have been hearing this. I've been hearing that there's some places that we need to go and to go visit, to go retrieve some key codes, to go get some gates back, right? So if you're feeling that call, definitely heed into that. That's a part of that missing link energy that we're feeling, right? Is like, it's like there's an awareness of an access point, right, that's happening in the systems, whether it's like a Stargate or whether it's the grids, right? Like there's an awareness and it can be felt, and that's like where it's like, oh, how do we access that, right? So just note that feeling within the space of the internal memory of the intrinsic quality and the intrinsic components of us can be felt, and so as a result, that's more of a collective effort for myself, at least, being aware that there is something missing. All right. Messages for the collective 228. What messages want to come forward for the collective? We're just going to look at general themes, and then we're going to go swash everything into the river. Do 2 more shuffles, and then we'll cut. We'll do 1 cut. The gift of relaxing with our family, with our child. All right, theme for the day. There we go. That independence, that knowing, that deep connection to Gaia, but knowing who we are in that sense of autonomy. Yeah, there we go. Standing firm in our foundations of love. This is that stabilization point. This is that beacon. This is being that crystalline light. So this is opening up and engaging with your pillar, the crystalline pillar of creation. Standing as that beacon of love and hope, and knowing that no matter what sways, we are going to be that, what many would refer to as an immovable object. So it's the ineffable qualities of us, standing firm as love and holding that throne of love. Very important. The throne of love and igniting a new passion, guys. So what is it that sparks or ignites your soul? What ignites your column, right? This is very much so the fiery passion of desire flying through our own crystals to receive purification, but also to receive a deep knowing within us that we can stand firm in our magic, and we can stand firm as sovereign creators, as love, right? So we're looking for passion. What brings you passion today, right? So as you're igniting this awareness within your own form, within your own cells, within your own self, what is it that's bringing forward passion into your life today? Okay. Why is that? Well, it's because we have a choice. All right. So normally this could come in many different contexts. It's because as we're moving forward, we have the choice here. We have the choice here to be able to decide where we are moving forward and the kind of realities we're playing with, right? So as we're looking at co-creative endeavors, right, collectively, individually, as we're weaving timelines, let's start to look at standing in our pillar of love and passion, and then go, how do we move from there? What options do we have available to us to be of service to humanity, to help ourselves out, whatever it might be, because everyone's in a different space, right? If you feel like you need to go within and you need to chill, go within and chill and stabilize. If you need to go and you want to go serve humanity, you want to go serve your source, you want to go direct your focus to humanitarian efforts or whatever it is, it's really about, okay, guys, we have options available to us. We have things that we can do within our own reality, within our own lives that we can do. Standing as love and standing with passion. Now that we are that beacon, we are that crystalline beacon, we are that pillar, where do we go from here? What do we do? Do we go clean up Gaia, right? Do we just go pick up some trash? Do we go sit with the grids? Do we go talk to others, right? It's about really noting that we have a choice in our trajectories, right? We have a choice in our trajectories of how we are moving forward, right? Once again, stabilizing that arrival of celebration, the welcoming home, right? The welcoming home. Really focusing on what our foundations are that we're building out, right? So what is that secure energetic foundation or that secure energetic container that you're creating for yourself in the newness of the support of you, and the newness in the support of, for myself, this might be a little bit of an agenda, but for humanity and what's right for humanity, right? Like sovereign in all ways, in all means, in all trajectories, in all dimensions, and in all realities, right? which can be a little difficult. And this is why we look at what is our energetic foundation. So, this one being very simple: love and passion. Love and passion. The love of magic, heart magic, right? Being the focus on how we're shifting, moving things forward, and how we're securing the energetic foundations moving forward. There is a focus on home here, right? So what can you do in your own area to help out, right? Can you go help out a neighbor? Can you go help out a relative? Can you go help out a friend? Is there a family member you can call, right? Really focusing on our own home. And this is why I want to state this, is because there's so much focus in the airwaves on other places and what's going on in other parts of the world. What is directly occurring in your reality? Not on screen, but is occurring within your reality. And what is it that you can do to facilitate in helping out in your own home environment as love and as passion of the soul spark, right? So here we are as the ignition, here we are as the love. What is it that we can do within our own home? So yes, there are things going out that we can pray and we can do, but a lot of this is that if we give our attention to something that's not occurring in our own reality, we start negating our own reality. Right? And so there are people that are there that are called to do those things. And if you are, please, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There are people that are stabilizing a lot of currents and a lot of collective themes from stuff that's happening overseas or from collective narratives. But there is a highlighted focus on the home front. What can we get done in our own reality today? What can we get done at our own home? Yep, see spring cleaning and cleaning time here. Those are very, very important things, right? Because that's love of your environment. Right? That's love of your environment. That's taking passionate action in your own home life, right? So whether it's cleaning, whether it's reorganizing or rearranging, all those things are important because it does weave into this collective thread, right? Collective theme. If we're co-creating these realities, what are we focusing on, right? Stabilization. There's the stabilization. There's the integration. There's that harmonization of mind, body, soul back to the pillar, right? So here we are, right? Here we are back at that pillar. So much energy here focused on the integration and the stabilization of what this new foundation is, of this celebration, of this arrival, of this awakening, and making sure that we're staying focused on the integration, right? The other thing too is that we are looking at resources, guys. We're looking at resources here. So when we're looking at Nine of Pentacles, we're looking at the resources that we have accessible with us, the flourishing, abundant nature of ourselves to be able to get things done that we need to get done, right? So a part of activating this within our own consciousness, it's also the Gaian connection, right? So there's the Gaian focus, there's the connection to the animal kingdom, there's the connection of that, that we're standing stabilized in, right? So this abundant thing, it's still like, even myself saying, being abundant in all that you are, it still has some themes, at least within me, that I'm aware of where I can start to witness distortion in regards to abundance. And as Gaia is poking me in the head, love you, tree. So as Gaia is poking me in the head, she's going, hey guys, Gaia's sustainable abundance is here, right? And that's that focus of the deep intrinsic connection back to the elemental kingdom, back to the birds, back to the knowing. This is the house on top of the hill, right? This is the completion. This is the pinnacle moment of our lives. So can we see that where we're at in the trajectory is actually a very pinnacle moment? If we free ourselves actually from all the collective garbaggio, if we free ourselves from the subjugation and we tune really deep within and listen to our own pillar of light, to our own soul, to our own archive, to our own home, to our own crystalline connections, how is it that we feel at a really deep intrinsic level? And that's like a really good awareness and highlight, is that if I separate myself from others, if I separate myself from the news, if I separate myself from what's going on in the collective, how is it that I truly feel? And this is why us standing in our own pillars of creation is important. Because yeah, the collective trajectories move through, we feel it, we stabilize it, right? But if we are free of everyone's energies, right, and you're in your autonomous self, how is it that you truly feel? How is it that you truly feel? Because it really is important for us to really know how we are as sovereign self, as autonomous self, right? And this has been such a key theme in my own life too, has been just getting everything out of the way and just being with self, right? Back to the integrated you, back to the unified, expanded you, mind, body, soul connected to the pillar, to the column, to the passion, to the love, to the hope, to the home. Love you too, Angel. Love you guys. Yeah, so it's tuning into ourselves, right? So doing what you can, right? So if you have to take time for yourself, it's okay. Independence is okay. Independence is a really key thing here, right? And so what happens is, as we're becoming more independent, we can now interdependently. Now, when I state this word, it's a word that I'm using. It's like we're kind of, this is more collaborative. Let's say independently collaborating with others on how we connect, how we play, how we share, how we arrive, how we leave, right? But the focus being on our own crystalline guardianship, the focus on our own pillar, the focus on being our own unified hope, focus being on the essence of love, right? And this is that thing, right? This is that stabilization point. No matter how murky the waters, we are still as love. So what is it going to take to begin to remember that within our own selves, to remember our passion for life again? Our spark. What is your creative passion? What's your creative spark? Right? What lights you up? Tune in and listen to that, right? Because there's abundance found within that connection for you. So for those of you that are like focusing on business and focusing on what it is that you want to do for your life, because there's a lot of new pathways opening up, it's what brings you passion? What ignites your soul? What ignites your soul? Very important here. We want to make sure that as we're making decisions throughout our day, that we're remaining autonomous, that we're remaining independent, that we're remaining abundant in all that we do, right? So we don't want to downplay ourselves. We don't want to belittle ourselves. We don't want to make comparisons, but we want to make sure that the choice is from a place of our deep knowing, okay? Deep knowing. When it comes to the foundations that we're building, right? In my own home life, what is it that I am seeing within my own home, within my own reality, in my day-to-day, that is reflective of the abundant version of me, of the independent, deeply connected version of me, okay? Start to look at those things, start to highlight those themes, and those things that aren't aligned with that are incongruent with this truth. What can you do about it? Can you let go of it? Can you invite it in? Can you upgrade it and align it? Because you can. You're a creator. You're a creator. And then it's making sure that we're stabilizing at this beacon point of our deep interconnectedness and our deep interconnected knowing, not only to Gaia, to nature, to our independence, to our autonomy, to our abundant nature, but also to our own star child, to our own Trinity, right? To our own Trinity. So there is the mother connected with the star child, the star children, connected with the Gaia elemental realms, and connected with her own Trinity, her own Thriae, her own Melissa, right? If you're aware of the bees and the Oracle of the Bees, right? Connected to the Triple Deva, okay? So there is this really deep goddess connection. There's this Devan connection here, and this really deep knowing of being us as our pillar today, Field of neon blue roses. Oh my gosh. There's been a lot of focus on neon blue roses, purple roses, roses of all colors, rainbow roses. I can't wait to see the rainbow roses. So anyways, guys, that's it for the collective message today, for the collective themes. I hope you're all doing wonderful. I hope you take time out today to just be with your love, to be with your own pillar of creation, to find what unites your spark, to remember our own crystalline connections, that we're going through a repair process, that we're going through a stabilization, that we're still going through an integration, right? That, you know, the sun today, I know the sun's gonna be acting up. I can already feel the codes. I can feel the mind start to pulsate as we're kind of doing that, the building the new neural pathways. We're anchoring more light codes, you know, gatekeepers online, grid keepers online. If you feel that clarion call, follow it home, right? Follow it home. Remember, you choose your pathway, right? You also are the one that are choosing subjugation. Hate to say it to you, but you're the one that's choosing to be controlled if you're being controlled and being manipulated. There is a way out, right? And some of these processes can be complex, but there's a lot of narratives that we've got to let go of, myself included. So the thing is I'm not even stating this from a place of divine perfection, stating this from a place of deep knowing that there's still stuff that we got to let go of, right? And those are the things. We're just washing our hands day to day, right? Doing what we can to slowly shift these things out of our own lives, right? We're still repairing, right? We're still repairing. We're still finding out who we are, what we deserve in this lifetime, and also to how we can also take a moment to reward ourselves, guys. Like, take a moment to reward yourself today, if you can, right? And rewards don't always mean financial or monetary. You can do something nice for yourself. Do something kind and gentle for yourself today. Take yourself out on a date. Go to the ocean. Take a swim. Take a bath, right? Call a friend. Call a sister. Call a relative. Give yourself a big old hug, right? Whatever it is that feels right for you. Do some mirror work, right? Call yourself beautiful. Call yourself lovely. Do something kind for yourself today, right? The more that we are approaching our humanitarian vision, the more we are focusing, helping out humanity, we have to take care of ourselves first. It's important, guys. So those daily little things to reward yourself, to take care of yourself. You know what? I'm gonna go buy myself a piece of chocolate today. Or you know what? I'm gonna go get a candy bar. Or like, You know, I'm gonna go get some French fries, or I'm gonna go get some Taco Bell. Whatever it is for you, right? Everyone's different. Like if you need to go get yourself a pizza, go get yourself a pizza. You know, it's really a donut party, right? Sherry knows about the donut party. If let's open up a donut portal and let's shower donuts on one another, right? You know, I'm being silly, right? But what we're doing is right now we're just I hear asking you shall receive. Of course, getting donuts now. It's really about for all of us. What can we do to be kinder and gentler to ourselves, so then we can reflect that out and be kinder and gentler to one another. Okay, guys. It's like it's really simple, but it's the mind that can overcomplicate it, and it's others and people that can overcomplicate those things, right? Yeah, Boston cream donuts. Oh my gosh. I wish there was a donut shop nearby. I would be going and getting donuts right now. I need to get a car. I need to get a car so I can actually go to town and not just sit on land all day. Anyway, guys, I love you so much. Much love and respect to everyone out there. Once again, thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. 1414 here, good numbers, and we've got 1514. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being kind, gentle, loving, and soft with yourself today. If you're in here, right, and you want to comment, state something that you can do today. State something that you can do to be kind and gentle to yourself. I'd like to hear what people can do today to be kinder and gentler to themselves, and maybe we can give some ideas to people who don't know how to be kind to themselves. So for me, I'm gonna go for a walk barefoot, and I'm gonna stick my feet in the river. That's something kind that I'm gonna do to myself. And then if I could go get donuts, if I can get around to the grocery store today, I'm gonna go get groceries. Okay, painting and yard work. There you go. There's something there you go. So painting and yard work. Being kind to yourself. Good. I also need to clean my RV. So cleaning's up, sticking my feet in the river, and then trying to get a ride to the grocery store because Corey's out of food. Yeah, practice yoga. There you go. Rub your feet and make cupcakes. That's an angel. I like that one. Going to rub your feet and make cupcakes. Man, if I can make cakes, that'd be good. Making cake or making muffins. Banana nut muffins or banana bread. Oh, making soup. There you go, making soup. I like that one. Cedar's Heartlight, making soup. Clearing your space. Thank you, Beauty Rising. See, and this is really important. I'm seeing so much with clearing and cleaning, guys. That means that we're actually going through a whole removal of some process in our lives, guys. That's making space for new creation. So thank you. To see that theme pop up is confirming, guys, that we're arriving in the new. We're arriving in the new. If you want to clean, if you feel guided to clean or to get rid of things, we're making space for that newness. That crystalline current is coming through for us, right? That's funny. I just said crystal current. Go check out crystalcurrent.com. I'm just kidding. I am helping a 7-year-old make a birthday present for her mom. Oh my gosh, yes. See, that's amazing. Sit in the sunshine. Yeah, solar codes are coming through. I'm going to be sitting in the sun today. I'm going to be connecting to the crystals as well. See, so the spring cleaning coming up. Yeah, guys, we're making room. We're making room for the new essence. We're making room for the new pathways. We're making room for the new timelines. It's really good to see, and I'm glad to see that we're all feeling that. Yeah, Angel, I'm impressed by our tribe too. I think we've got such a beautiful connection of people and friends and a family that is building right now, and really beautiful support networks. It's just really about unconditionally loving and supporting those networks, right? It's really unconditionally loving and supporting one another has been really a key theme. The other thing too, guys, is we're still working through a lot of human stuff, right? So as we're connecting to one another, things still come up, and I see this stretched across the board, right? So we just want to make sure that as we're feeling, the split and we're unifying in the new trajectories, and we're welcoming each other home, that we also are aware of the human things that get in the way within tribe, right? And so a lot of this has been stepping back into the elder, right? Stepping back into what it is to be tribe and how we care for one another, making sure we're not diving into certain themes and topics, but that we can also openly express to one another when we have discord or when we have distortion, so we can all get along, right? Because we don't have to let the human stuff get in the way of us being able to join together and to love one another. Love, especially when it comes to unconditional love, is really about allowing the individuals and the individuation to be where they're at, right where they are, but also too is being able to disregard all the human stuff, because the human stuff can get in the way. We don't want to negate or bypass it if we need to discuss it, but it's there, guys. So we can all serve as sacred witnesses to one another of our own expression and our own divinity, in our own processes, right? As we're just we can hold space for one another, we can talk, we can love, we can laugh, we can cry, we can sing, we can get angry, and it doesn't mean that we have to run away or walk away from one another. We can hold unity consciousness more and more and more, and know that The divisive measures and separation we don't have to play in. We can witness it, we can see it, we can shift it out, and we can reunify in every now moment. But you're the one that has, all of us have the choice here on how we choose to do that in every now moment. Okay? Love you guys. Back to coffee. Back to coffee. So thank you guys for being here. And with that, I'll see you guys later. See you tomorrow for the daily message, or the daily roundup. So love you all. We're going to end this with a prayer, just a prayer today for peace. As we open up our hearts wider and further today, and as we expand into the everything today, I invite you to bring your pillar on, to ignite the love, the passion, the courage, the autonomy, and the freedom for you. So as we step into our pillar of light, as we step into our column of light, connected to the original creator of our soul, connected to Pachamama, to the crystalline core of Mother Earth, and we are repairing our own intrinsic connections to the crystalline grids, I welcome you back to unity. I welcome you back to freedom. I welcome you back to peace. With deep honor and deep sacred respect, I want to say thank you. I love you. All the blessings and all the heart light in the world as we keep our hearts on strong. And we're just going to expand wider and wider than we've ever been before. And we're just going to keep hope alive, the glory of love. Okay? I'm going to send you guys so much love and blessings. Das you utan de dia. All right, guys. See you soon.